everybody, I am Alpha Bird. Welcome to a new Steel Division video today. We've got one of the two Gruppe Harteneck featured matches to go through today. The matchup we have in front of you, I am Gruppe Harteneck, playing on balanced income. We're up against Vinny, who's playing the 1st Blindata Romanian Mare on balanced income as well. So both of our players are on balanced income. The tactic, we're playing on the map Brest Vest. I am a little bit worried about the strength of Blindata. It is a fairly strong division and they do have some really strong mortars. So I'm a little bit concerned about those mortars. We're going to start things off with a pretty defensive lineup. It's balanced versus balanced, so I don't have to, attack at the start. I don't really have to push in a certain way. I can play a little bit reactive, set up a defensive line, and then wait for the game to evolve and really go from there. So I'm going to go across from left to right and look at my setup. So on the left hand side, when you deploy, you can actually deploy just on the top of this little hill here, just in case anyone doesn't know. And I think it's the quickest route onto this road and up into this position, because the other deployment route is kind of either down here or over on this road here, and it just doesn't work out. So if you don't know about this, you have got access to this tiny sliver of land up here. So I'm going to be using a Grenadier DP. Now the Grenadier DPs have the Panzer Faust on them, so I'm using that, so it's got some AT capability, and they're going to go into the heavy forest and protect the heavy forest, protect from any rush up this road from the enemy player. The half track's just going to fall back, also to help out against any infantry rush up into this position. I'm also taking a Marder 1 in here to kind of play as my anti-tank role up here against any kind of rush that's going to come up this road. The Marder 1 can try and deal with that, and we can also use it to move forwards in the future, perhaps counter anything coming down this road. Although I am incredibly worried about AT guns that go into this forest. It's a usual spot for AT guns, so we have to be wary of that. The Marder can also move sort of slightly right into this kind of position and protect against any movement along these roads. So that's the two units that I'm putting into there. It's not often that players do make a push, but sometimes it can happen. So I feel like having a couple of units there to protect the flag and against any rush is worthwhile. So we do have a fair amount of units here in this pocket of forces. We've got a lot of MGs and 2 Jaeger Pioneers. So we'll pick the 2 Jaeger Pioneers and we'll have a look at those in particular. This road can clearly serve as an avenue into 2 routes. So the Pioneers I'm bringing into this kind of forest here, mostly to protect against both of these 2 flags. Provide front line to this kind of area so that the enemy doesn't push units in here. Hopefully, it makes the enemy think there's units there. And then this Pioneer is going to go in to protect this flag here against any kind of infantry making a close range attack. That's the Pioneers. And then I've got the Jaeger MG42s here. Let's get all of them selected. So as we can see, the 2 strategies here are to have them in the building, to provide some long-range fire against units coming down this avenue and down here. I don't think it's actually a fantastic spot. I think this kind of area here is much better served. This is where the second one's going to come in. I'm dropping him off and then I'm going to move him through on foot into this kind of position. And then the other 2 MG42s, I'm going to drive up here. They're going to unload on the back of this forest and then move up on foot. This one here is to protect this kind of area, so it's going to move into this kind of position. And then this one here is to protect this more central area, so that's just going to move through on foot until it can get into a place to prevent enemy infantry moving through on foot. So that's the MG42s. These units here mostly going up into this central position. Let's look at them one by one. We'll take the MG42s to start off with. Okay, I'm Q moving, I'm fast moving, and then unloading. The reason I'm doing this is because if I just give them an unload at position order, what will happen is these MG42s, especially this one here, will continue driving along this road and then come around the front and then unload. And this one here will probably drive down this road, come up here, come along here, and then try and unload at the front. So rather than that happening, I'm fast moving them to these spots, so they come off the road, and then I'm just going to unload them, and they'll drive through the light forest until they get into this position. This one here is going to cover this avenue of approach, and this one here is mostly to cover this forest and this kind of avenue of approach. We've got some marauders. We'll pick off the marauders next. 3 marauders, 1 positioned here, kind of to cover this road. 1 position here to cover both this road and the center road. And then this one over here is to cover this road and also a little bit of the left, if it can. But I don't think it quite can with the range changers, but we could move it a little bit further forward just to prevent anything coming up this road as well. And then finally, into that central position, I've got 2 flak 3820s. And that's kind of to come in. I had some points left over from my defense. This is a really good spot to get your AA in. It's kind of it prevents any kind of enemy fire hitting them. And they can also see pretty far from this position. So a really good place here. You can also get a commander up here quite easily, or a leader up vet those AA, and they can be strong in that kind of center position of the field. Over on the right, we've got a couple of units coming in here. A Kazakan and 2 Jaeger Pioneer. So one of the Jaeger Pioneers coming into this spot to protect this center flag here. I'll move it through on foot to kind of this position so it can cover the light forest with the MG42. And then I've got a Kazakan coming into here and a Pioneer just behind it, and they're to protect this flag. The Kazakan with the anti-tank rifle to protect this road from any kind of recon unit rush. Finally, all the way over to the right hand side, we've got 2 Kazakan. In fact, we've got 3 Kazakan here, 4 Kazakan, look. So 4 Kazakan. I'm really making a rush forwards for these compounds. I really want my Kazakan to come in here to try and snipe any enemy transports coming into this compound, and also any enemy recon units. Blindata can have a few of those. So that's the aim with all of these Kazakans. I really want to get this flag. So the aim is to protect them against the enemy infantry rushing in transports. The other one is to come into this kind of position and just provide some kind of anti-tank rifle unit against things moving through this light forest, especially half tracks and enemy recon vehicles. And then what else do I have here? Let's grab our actual infantry. We've got a grenadier in the half track, and we've got a Jaeger Pioneer. So the Jaeger Pioneer is going to come up to actually capture the flag, and obviously I've got the Kazakans going into the building, so I'm trying to drop the grenadier off behind the building where he's got some cover, and I'm expecting one of those Kazakans is going to go down, so the grenadier can then hop into the building eventually. It's also going to hold the front line forward because the anti-tank team shouldn't do that. That is the Jaeger Pioneer into that spot, and then the grenadier is going to come into this spot. I've chosen the grenadiers because it's got some anti-tank Panzer Faust on it, so I can hop them through the buildings all the way into this kind of position here. And then if I don't manage to capture this spot, or even if I do and eventually it goes down, units are obviously going to rush down this road. I'm still going to have a grenadier as backup with a Panzer Faust to snipe anything rushing down this road. The half track's going to move across and provide, you know, some covering fire to anything moving through the right hand avenue. Those are my units as a whole. That's how we're going to kick things off, and I'm going to move into some live commentary. Hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you enjoy the game. I do have a second featured match for Gruppe Harteneck as well, so check out that later in the week. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that match. We are Gruppe Harteneck. Balanced income. We're up against a Blindata Romanian man. Hopefully not another mare with this battle group. We'll see how things go. The Romanians, I'm very worried about their mortars. That's what I'm worried about in particular, because I have no counter battery, which is worrying, as I say. Balanced versus balanced. Yeah, I'm just... Blindarta's a really strong division. I know I'm not the best player, but I think that Harteneck is just not a very strong division right now. Some movement on the right, some movement on the left. I'm going to go with an early ME-109. Although he's already got a Hotchkiss up, so I'm now worried about that ME-109. And a Rosita already. I'm definitely worried about the Rosita. Shooting. Shoot. I lost that position. I can't really attack over there because of the Hotchkiss. I'm going to try and attack down there.
Wir sind bereit, Herr Kommandant. Lanzer zur Stelle. Gute Jagd, Korridor. Tisztán és világosan hallom, vége.
Bring the ME-109 back and away. I'm going to try and get him to engage in the air so he doesn't afford his good units. Luckily, the Kazakhstan actually made it in there and we're getting that flag. But it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Come on over my AA. Turn. 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 Now. Now he realises he's in a world of hurt. Hopefully. Please get the kill. Oh, come away this... Yes, okay, we got the kill. That's some... little bit of value there. A little bit of value. What we need to do. We need to just get value. Okay, we can kill that. I'm already low on my ammo. Let's go after the attacking rather than the half track. Ooh, what's that? Thinking a couple of marauders in here. I'd really like to get my commander up over the AA. I've still got the MGs. We're just going to continue using those MGs. Something. That's probably a Rosita. Try and hit that Rosita. Hotchkiss, let's try and get out. I might actually lose this plane. Hotchkiss are pretty strong. They go for a stew on that hill. I mean, he's just building up, just like I am. Okay, that guy should go down to the stew. Definitely going to need another Jaeger in there. At the moment, a 12-12, I'm kind of okay with. He might have some mega death-defying late-game Blindata, which could worry me. But right now, I'm just happy not dying in the first 5 minutes. If I'm honest, so I will take that. Just move you back, move you across. Okay, so he did destroy that there, but it's only a recon unit, so he can't actually get the kill. Is there any way we can hit that? I would like an anti-tank unit, like up here.
Panzer zur Stelle.
Okay, I've got my 20 mils.
Halte Ausschau nach feindlichen Flugzeugen. Das Teil ist verdammt schwer.
Ah, damn it. Didn't get the kill there. We go for another 20 mil. Like there. And then I'm going to bring in my Panzer II to upvet those ones. Looks like he's moving through into that position, or he possibly is. Don't think I've got anything that can do that job. Don't like how you're moving over there. Bring you round this way. Smoke. Why are you not dying to that mortar? You must be just out of range. Just trying to get his plane to follow mine. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, mortars already. Plane went straight down. I want to hit. I know he's got a Hotchkiss up there, so I can't really do too much. I don't want to tempt any infantry. I actually called him away. I called you away. Hopefully he survives. That Hotchkiss might kill him. I'm going to send a VK up there. Yeah, I think the Pioneer is going to get the kill. We do want some infantry in here. I need to find a way to I think his mortars are going to be key for him. So maybe I need to start pushing. Now, I don't know what the range is on those Rosetas, but I'm imagining it's 2 kilometers. Rosetas are ridiculously strong. So I don't think I can counter with the stew. My artillery is just too late. Got no bombers. I feel like we're just going to have to try and sneak a push through. It's risky. We might be able to do it. It is risky. I don't like where this mortar is. Right, these mortars have got to take down this Attack'ems, so we're going to try and expose one. Bring another Pioneer and a leader. Bring some anti-air down there as well. We might be able to surprise them with a push kind of coming through here, swinging round. Ah, my IAR, my actually a stew up there. I need to get that stew there ASAP. E-phase doesn't really help me that much. The mortar's hitting. Need a kill though. Please don't use APCR. Get away, get away, get away. We are going to lose that position.
Wir können nicht mehr. Höre Sie klar und deutlich. Lanzer zur Stelle.
Come on. Like, how many times did I have to order that then?
Zieh den Arsch an, Hans. Bereit für den Transport.
Doesn't seem to have infantry here. I think he's concentrating on the right as well. I mean, that's where his mortars are. Why are those trucks so slow? Oh, I hope it works. I hope it works. Hope we can sneak this flag as well. Sure, if we can. We could look for a centre push on that town. I mean, we've got some assets up. Just all in on this right-hand side right now. I think Stoss-Troop would be pretty good. I think... maybe we're just going to try and... I don't know. Doesn't really have stuff in here. You know what? We're going to bring up an SDK set. Don't want him to know. Do you know what? I'm going to bring that Jagdpanzer around this way.
Einsatzbereit.
20 mils are strong when you get them up vetted. He's realised he's in trouble there.
Jawohl, Herr Kommandant. Bajonette aufpflanzen. Verstanden.
I need to remember to have these APCR turned off from the beginning. Bring a Tiger down. Right, now our stuff's almost in position here. I'm not really watching what's going on, but hopefully our stuff can deal with that. Shoot, I don't want to lose stuff. And now he's realising. He's the modder, needs to get the kill. Might be able to get the Hotchkiss kill there as well. Go down the road now. Lost troop into positions. Doug. Oh, my Stug went down. Bad. The Jaeger Pioneers can pick up the Rosita kill. It's not going to expect the anti-air that I've got down here. Hopefully. Another Stug. Okay, We're in business now. I reckon that's an AT gun. I'm going to rush up there because I reckon that's an AT gun. Ooh, off map. Just going to try and push through. At least, oh no, I think they were the bombers. Oh, feeling quite happy right now. Back in T60s, get off the road. Okay, push in the center, push in the center. On the left, he's realizing he's in a little bit of trouble here, so just continue the right. Let's get some recon units down there. That's going to help me out. Got a Marder 1 sitting in here. If he comes up with that T4, he could go down. Boys, big response, big response. Get the Tiger, because the Tiger... Yes! We got them in here. So we do have stuff in the centre. You guys come up here on top of the hill. What do we need? Tiger's gone down. No, it hasn't. Yeah, you go through there. Get another Tiger. We got more dogs. We can beat his armor at the moment, from the looks of it. We've opened up a big hole. We got a 15-9. We are losing things, but eventually my Pack 40 is going to come down and rescue me. Oh, my Tiger went down. I'm a Pack 40, but he's called it a day. Oh my days. I'm so pleased with that. 90 minutes, 4 seconds. We got a victory. 1,555 kills to 770 losses. And thank God I wasn't overwhelmed in the first 10 minutes of the game. It was a sneaky little push right round the far right. And those kind of games, that is when I love Steel Division 2. I mean, man, that felt good to put some thought into it. Like, how am I going to attack? He's got me covered here. I really need to hit that right because that's where his mortars are. So the only way to take his mortars is to go and take his mortars. So I'm like, let's see. Can we sneak around the right side? Sneaky, sneaky Hungarian battle group. And we made it. We emerged out of the forest. Pow, pow, pow. Destroyed everything in there. We had the 20 mils up ready. We had the SDKF 7-1 there ready. Man, that felt good. It just felt good organising a nice little tactical flank. Boom. It just felt good. I mean, commiserations to Vinny, because losing in this game is horrible. And I've lost 2, maybe 3 games prior to this match. So I lose a lot of games. It feels so good to get a victory, but then I always feel bad because the other players just lost. And I know how horrible it feels to lose. Black 38 20mm, was that the wrong decision to bring them out at the start? Certainly destroyed those IAR 81Ms. It wasn't like I was purposely countering the IARs. I don't think the IARs are particularly strong, but that was kind of a counter by mistake. And that's what, you know, not being a fantastic player, you bring to the table. You counter stuff by mistake. But looking over on the right-hand side, he had the Ford G9 170 Hotchkiss. I saw that early, and I knew I couldn't get my ME109 over that side, so I was just trying to bait him over to my own AA. And probably a more experienced player might not have lost so many IARs. It worked for us today, but maybe there was a couple of times where he was like ordering his plane to stay behind his own lines, and then he was losing it and it was going off, and then he was like, just like me, screaming at the screen going, I didn't order you to do that. You know what it's like. You know what it's like. ME109 E4, speaking of the devil, did get he did help me out a little bit. I mean, those planes, I just love them because they're unique. They're part of the problem, but I think part of my issue with the game is I love all the stuff that's rubbish. Like the ME109 E4 is just pants. And yeah, I love it. It's one of my most favourite planes in the game. And the Marder 1 picked off a TA there. The VK901s always do the job for me in this division. Oh, this was the sneaky flank VK901. Picked up a Hotchkiss kill and a couple of MG kills. At least I think it was that unit. I'm pretty sure it was. We had the Marder here, Marder 1 Mitzer, picking up a TA kill. I mean, Marders are great. Marders are great. They're also not, like, amazing. So I think it's still okay that they're kind of cheap, because they are relatively, like, if they do get a direct shot from almost anything, they're going to die. So they're great, but at the same time, they are a little bit hairy to use. Oh, look at that. It was my half-track that got the mortar kills. Talk about value from Waldman. The Jaeger Pioneer as well picked up the Rosita kill. I think that's how you pronounce it. Rosita. I think it's like a C, maybe. Rosita. I'm taking the receipts. The Jaeger Pioneer certainly took his receipts. Oh, I'm so high. It's a drug. It's a drug, I'm telling you. Eugene, the pushers of the modern world. The Styr 42 picked up the SBW Guru Stummel kill. Pretty rare to see one of those. I think they're only in the Romanian decks. Don't see them very often. Can't wait for my Romanian escapades. Look at this Stug 3G here, picking up 2 T4s and a Tacom T60. Tiger only 1 T4, and it did go down as well. Let's have a look at the losses. Oh, did we get any kills with those Kazakhans? We got an SBW 20mm, which I forget the cost of, but it's got to be 20. It's got to be more than 20. Maybe it's 20. If that was more than 25, then that single kill paid off the Kazakhan squad, and that was the only kill we got, so it needs to be more than 25. But I guess just one 20mm kill might be okay. Might be okay. Still thinking about that card. I don't even know whether this is going to be the featured game. It was pretty damn good. Like, I'd love to feature it. It was kind of early on in the group of matches with the battle group, so we'll figure out a way. If I don't get a better one than this, I'm going to feature it, because that little flank was just, I loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Like, oh, I just loved like preparing it and getting it ready, like trying to pull the units off the road so they weren't spotted in advance, sneaky moving them forward under the cover of trees and darkness. If I'm really role playing, get them into position. Boom! Headshot! Ah, oh, yes! The Venatori Moto, those sniper units can pick up some good kills. Then the T4 was the other man. Man, that T4. Luchs probably went down, but killed a VK901, killed a 2-star Jagdpanzer 38T, killed his Oppo and his Stug 3G. No, wait, that's a Panzer IV, not Stug. The Stug 3G, and then, after all that, decided to kill Kebler in the Tigerie. Nice job from that T4. Yeah, that was a great game. Loved it, enjoyed it, loved the little tiny tactical aspect of it. 90 minutes, 4 seconds. I'm happy with the result. Hope you enjoyed it.